Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Booktube Chicks Book Club discussion for Cherry Baby by Rainbow Rowell. This was our book club pick for the month of July, and tonight we're going to be discussing this book. My co-hosts will introduce themselves in just a moment, but if you've never been to one of our live shows before, the way that it works is for the first 5 to 10 minutes or so, we're going to have spoiler-free discussion, and then after that, for a half hour or so, we will have spoiler discussion. So, Kat, since you're right next to me, if you want to go ahead and start, and I will share the links.
Yes. Hi, I'm Kathleen. My channel's for the love of books, Instagram for the love of books. It's all in the description. Um, I don't know how I feel about this book right now on Goodreads. It's at a 3, but that's really a placeholder. I think I might lower the rating. I have a love and hate relationship with Rainbow Rowell. Besides this one book, I've only read 2 other books by her, and it was Fangirl, which I absolutely love. It is a great book. It is definitely one of my top YA books I've ever read. I absolutely love that. Well, is it YA? It's more like NA because they're in college, whatever. But I love that book to death. It is so good. However, I've also read Eleanor and Park by Rainbow, and I hated that book. I think I rated it a 2 on Goodreads. I don't remember, but I don't like that book. I just had issues with certain things regarding that book. And this book was so I kind of went into this book. I was excited to read it, but I was also hesitant about it, just because of my history with Rainbow Rowell. I liked part of the story. I had issues with how much the story centered around the main character's weight. That is my issue. It's just if it focused too, and I get that some people, a lot of people, especially for women, weight is a big part of our lives. It is. As someone who recently lost a lot of weight, I get it, and I'm sure my 2 other co-hosts will agree. Um, but it just some of the description in this book made me uncomfortable, and some of the description almost felt like her whole identity was her weight. And so I had issues with it, but I don't know if it's all bad. So I don't know. As we discuss this book and during this live, I may change my mind, but I don't like that aspect of the whole book just centered around the fact that our main character was heavy set. So right now it's at a 3. It'll change. I just don't know if it'll change for the worse. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Desiree. You can find me at LibriLabra on all the things like Threads and Instagram and YouTube. So I feel like the character is who the character is, but I think it was not marketed as being so much about weight. And my problem was that I felt like I just didn't understand what the book was trying to communicate. There was things thrown in there that I'm like, but what is she saying? Yeah, we're talking about, being fat and her whole family is fat. And obviously that's going to impact how she navigates the world. But I didn't even know who Endgame was. I didn't know what couple I was supposed to be rooting for. I knew it was a second chance, but at first I'm like, well, certainly she's not going to end up with her husband. And then it was like, oh, she's going to end up with this other person. And then it was very confusing. And I had not read anything by Rainbow Rowell in a while, but I really did love Attachments. I loved Landline. That Landline is one of my favorite second chance romances. So I was so excited about reading a book from her that was adult again. And then I was just sad and disappointed. And I haven't officially rated it yet because I think my heart wants to say it's a 3-star. And then I was like, well, there was some moments where her writing was nice, but it also sounded super repetitive to me as I was reading it. I was listening to the audiobook at one point and I swear all I could hear every 3 words was cherry. So it was just cherry, blah, 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 cherry, blah, blah, cherry, cherry, cherry. That's all I was hearing. And to me, that feels like an issue with craft. So I don't know. It was a weird experience for me.
And my name is Chloe. You are on my channel, but you can find me most active on Instagram at Brunette Bibliophile. I kind of waffled with this book between a 3 and a 3.5. I've had a lot of 3 to 3.5 star ratings the past couple of weeks, so I've landed on a 3. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I also kind of share the same thoughts as you guys of like, what was this book trying to be? Because it didn't give me full romance, but it didn't give me full literary fiction. So I didn't really know where to go. My history with Rainbow Rowell, like Fangirl, is top tier. And it's been so long since I've read her other books, like Attachments, Eleanor Park, Landline, that I don't remember it enough. Like it's been probably 10 years. So I'm not as familiar with her writing anymore. I haven't read Slow Dance that came out last year. So I just don't know what this book was trying to be. I think when I went into it, I didn't even think it was a romance. I knew the rough synopsis, but was not expecting much as far as like a romance was concerned, because I was expecting more of like a literary fiction. But overall, I gave it 3 stars. It's not a hate, it's not a love. I'm just kind of somewhere in the middle trying to figure out what I feel about this book. So, where do we want to start?
Okay, before we start, my question is, how do we pronounce the last name of Rainbow? Because I always thought it was Rainbow Rowell, but then Chloe, you always pronounce it as Rainbow Rowell. And so that got stuck in my head because I'm always someone who pronounces every last name wrong. So is it Rowell or is it Rowell? Because
I'm most positive that I looked this up and I saw like the author herself, say like towel.
Towel, okay.
So
I always thought it was Rowell, and then I kept hearing Chloe saying Rowell. Well, I'm a notorious bad pronouncer of names, so I was just started like thinking, okay, it's Rowell. So I'm just like, I don't.
I almost guarantee you, over the last 15 years of reading her books, I have said both and have not dedicated to one or the other.
Okay, so back to this book. I don't know. I feel like the book was trying to be like body positivity, but it didn't do a good job, because I like the part where, Cherry was always like, this is the body I live in, this is the body you have to accept, I'm not going to change, blah 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 blah. But the whole book is about her weight, and it's almost like the author is trying to shove in our face that she is a heavy set woman and she's not going to change and we should just accept it. And I agree with that sentiment, but it almost felt forced, and it almost felt like she's trying to shove body positivity down our throat. So that's one of the reasons I felt uncomfortable with how much the weight is mentioned. I also was uncomfortable, like not necessarily uncomfortable, but I thought it was a little weird that I don't know if it's necessarily weird is necessarily the correct word, but the fact that her husband created this web comic thing, and its main character is Baby, and Baby is supposed to be like Cherry, and I feel like it's almost like fetishizing Cherry as a heavy set woman. I don't know. That's just like how the vibes that I got.
That was the most important, like, interesting part to me. Like, that's why I wanted to read the book, because I was like, oh, he did this, she's mad at him, they're getting divorced. Like, to me, that was a drama that I was like, okay, how are they gonna deal with this? How are they gonna overcome this? And then the fact that, like, yeah, it was mentioned a few times, but dude, my favorite character in this whole book was the dog.
I agree. I agree. Yes. But it just like, and her whole thing about like not wanting to see the because webcomic is being turned into like a movie or an
Yeah,
animated.
it
I
sounded like
don't.
it was turning
It's
into
a
a movie.
movie, and she didn't want to watch the trailer because of she knows that obviously the main character is portrayed after her, and I get that. In fact, I understand that. I would probably have done the same thing, but um it's just, I don't know. To me, when I kept reading, especially the parts where it's talked about the webcomic character being after portrayed after her, it just felt like, to me, it was a little fetishizing, and I don't know. It's like, and I know that like the whole bigger girl thing is a fetish in the world. Well, anything can be a fetish, but it was weird, a little weird to me. I don't know.
One of the first things that I highlighted in this book was Cherry was so used to thinking about being fat, she hardly even noticed that she was doing it. She was so used to thinking about being fat, she never thought about it. Which is like, seriously?
It's like, which one is it?
Like,
I just feel like the author tries so hard to make a body positive book that it felt disingenuous. That's just, I don't know.
I think it was more so that, like, I mean, maybe that's what she was doing, but are we on spoiler territory? We are, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like, I think I was like, okay, I was just like trying to navigate the book, and I'm sorry, but the minute they threw in Ozempic, I was
Yes,
like,
Ozempic,
it just
Manjaro,
pissed me off.
GLP-1.
Yeah, that's where I got pissed off, because then I was like, I'm still trying to like listen, like, okay, what are you saying? Are you saying that Ozempic is bad? Are you saying that some
Yeah.
people still need it? Like, it's like she was trying to present two sides, but like didn't you say it with her whole chest either way, you know? Like, it was almost like she was like waffling about it, and I just couldn't determine, like, are you saying this is good? Are you saying this is bad? Are you saying like everybody has to pick their own way? Like what are you saying here? And I felt bad for the sister.
Yeah. And also, like, I don't remember who she was talking, if it was Russ or Tom, where she was like, my body's not going to change. And then he said, well, your sister did. And that just like felt like a slap to the face, because her sister took the GLP-1. And I'm just like, again, I don't know if you're trying to be a body positive book. Because if you're trying to be body positive towards heavy set people, you also have to be towards the people who choose to shed the weight off, you know?
Like, that just caught me so off guard. I was like so unprepared
Hmm.
for that to be introduced, and like it almost felt like
Is
it
Rainbow
was too
Rowell a
soon
heavy
too.
woman?
I think a little bit. I mean, I've never really
Okay.
seen
I don't
more
think
than
I know what she
this
looks like.
much of her. Yeah, so, but I don't think this is the only spot where she's written an overweight character. So I kind of feel like,
Right. Yeah, that's why I'm like,
but I mean, in this book, all of her sisters were fat, right? And then like they were kind of funny. They were pretty funny. I liked their text messages and their like interactions. But the fact that, you know, all of a sudden her sister starts losing weight, they like just ostracized her.
exactly. Like, again, if you're going to be a body positivity sort of book, you have to be body positive for all body types, even the people who choose to change their body type, you know? Like, I don't know. You said you didn't know who to cheer for as far as the love interest. I was also like surprised. I did not know that this was second romance. I kind of went into this book kind of blind. I just knew it was Rowell, and I wanted to read it. But I was surprised by that she went back to her husband at the end.
Right? And then it wasn't even like satisfying.
Yes.
Like, okay, you got.
And towards the end, like at the very
settling at the end.
At the very end, when he called her baby, because he usually always says that she's Cherry and baby is just a fictionalized character. It just felt really wrong when he called her baby at the very end. It felt like he is reducing her to a comic book character, a fetishizing a. a comic book character. I don't
It
know.
also took me a really long time to even understand why they weren't together.
I think
Because, like, I originally
it was because he cheated on her, right? And then
no, I don't think that. I mean, like I don't think that was it, because I think he did that after,
oh, okay.
like after they had like a big blowout, and
I feel like they just grew apart.
Wasn't it also because he kept going to like Hollywood or wherever to work on his webcomic and do the movie and whatever? I don't know.
it sounded like he was in another place, and then she was kind of like out of sight, out of mind a little bit, and that started causing an issue. And then, you know, she felt like he was too far away, so she's probably started pushing him away more. But I don't know. It was just, there was a big part of the book that I was like, okay, but what happened? Like, why are you not together? Why is he coming back to get his stuff now? Why are you still holding on to the dog? Like, and like, it didn't feel like there was anything big enough for them to want to separate. And I know at some point she asks him like if he cheated, but it was after they had like a big fight talking about separating. So like, I don't know. And she slept with that other guy. What was his name? Russ?
Mm-hmm. I think the main question
I'm not gonna lie.
like,
no,
go
sorry,
ahead.
go ahead.
No. Go ahead before I move to the point.
Oh, I was gonna say I liked Russ. Oh, I think
until like
yeah. When he came into the scene and they were like dating or whatever, I was kind of like, okay, I can get behind this guy, you know. But I also didn't know much about Tom at the time, and I didn't even know he was a contender. I didn't realize this was going to be some sort of love triangle. So
I think the big question all around is, what was this book trying to be? Because that seems to be where we're at.
I don't know. I don't know. It was really weird.
Okay, so I remember this was your pick, but now I'm like, what was the other option? Because I can't even remember. Let's see.
I don't remember. Was it?
What could have been? Hold on, I'm still looking. Oh, it could have been the new Sarah Dessen.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What could have been? I also want to know, and I don't think it was explained, why was the comic called Thursday?
Same. I was thinking about that. I was like, I remember thinking that.
Unless it released on Thursdays.
Is that what it was?
That's a stupid reason. That name. That tells me that he has no creativity whatsoever.
I don't know, man.
I agree. I don't know how I don't know how I feel about the book, because I hated some aspects of the book, and I do like some aspects of like, I felt like some of the parts about talking about her weight were done okay. Like the fact that one of the very first drawings that he made of her was like, I met the most beautiful girl today, or something like that. And I thought that was a nice, sweet, romantic thing to put in this book. But then the fact that the book overwhelmingly shoved in your face her weight, and it wasn't like it didn't seem like she saw her weight as a huge deal. A lot of the time she was like, this, my body's not going to change. But it also in the background felt like it was a huge deal, just by how much it was talked about.
There are some other things that I highlighted. Like,
what?
Like, there were just parts, I felt like so much of it was like so repetitive, like especially the dialogue. Like, honestly, they would be like, hey, where have you been? And the other person would reply, where have I been? And it was just like, I felt like I was constantly hearing the same thing over and over again. And it just felt like really weird. Like I honestly felt like I was going crazy because I was like, has her writing always been like this? Have I been like reading better stuff and now this is like weird to me? Or
You said you read the only other book you read by her was Landline, and you liked that?
I did like Landline, but that was years ago. I've read so many things like since then. But like I liked Attachments. I read Landline. I read Fangirl. I liked Eleanor and Park. I think those are most of the ones that I've read.
I want to read Slow Dance. I feel like sooner rather than later to see if if it's like the same just
Same, yeah.
vibes.
But I highlighted Cherry refused to dream skinny dreams for anyone.
Again, it's stuff like that that made me like, what the hell is happening in this book?
There's this big paragraph here that I thought, I was like, okay, I get this. Like, I understand what she was trying to say here. And I felt like she kind of said it in a unique way, even though it was a lot of words. But she said, Cherry had to grow on boys. She had to wear them down by being around and being charming, by being surprisingly cute for a fat girl, by smelling good, by brushing her hair against her shoulders when they talked, by having breasts that sat too close to her chin that you couldn't really miss them when you looked in her eyes. Every guy who had ever dated Cherry had been her friend first and probably thought at first that she was too fat to date, but then she'd grown on them, and all the things that they liked about her had crowded out her fatness. The point was, they hadn't started talking to her in a bar or in the student center or at a party. They'd never actually hit on her. And like, as someone who has been overweight, like, I get that. I feel like I've lived that. So there was definitely a lot of parts that resonated with me, but you know, it's like the fat parts resonated, and then as soon as we jumped to like talking shit about her sister because her sister was taking Ozempic, it was like, wait a minute, you know, like then I felt like I was being insulted. So like it was a weird experience.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah.
Any other subject we want to go to with this book? Actually, real quick before that, I feel like the Ozempic talk was very like on point after it being such a societal topic too. Not necessarily like an agree or disagree, but it was like, oh, of course this would come up, you know, a year plus after such a societal discussion about it.
It still felt too soon to me.
Mm-hmm.
like it just, I was like, no, too soon. Like why is this in my book? This is not what I want to be reading about. So, and like, I don't think that was mentioned anywhere in the synopsis. Like, like there was like a brief line that was like her husband, you know, baby, she's been overweight, but like I don't think it's balanced in the sense of like how much overweight.
Wide-hipped, heavy-chested, double-chinned baby. No fat girl wants to see herself caricatured on the page. Hold on. I think that's it.
I don't know. I feel like I agree. The synopsis did not prepare us for what this book was actually going to be. Well, I mean, I don't even know what the book is technically trying to say, but
Rainbow Rowell's richest, most surprising, sexiest novel yet. What?
I mean, it was definitely spicy.
Yeah, I mean, it was more graphic than her other books, but sexiest?
I think what's really funny is that like the author of my favorite book right now read this and gave it 5 stars, and I was just like, what?
Who? Colleen Hoover?
No, Emma Brody.
Oh God. I don't know. I also, Tom and Cherry, I feel like they had no chemistry whatsoever. Maybe it's just me, but I felt like they just didn't click. Like, I don't know. Like, even if he was the only option, if it was like it is a second chance romance and it was Russ did not exist, I would not cheer for them at all because it just felt like they don't really mesh. I don't know.
I mean, I think like after being married to someone for a few years, I'm not saying that you don't have chemistry, but like I think there's just like a level of security and comfort.
No, you cannot compare you and John to this because remember Jezere, okay? We created a whole hashtag for you, okay? Because you guys do. This was not that.
Oh my god. I don't even know.
I mean, I do agree. After like so many years together, the kind of like the passion from like the beginning dies down. The what is it called? The honeymoon phase goes away, kind of thing. But I don't know. This just felt like maybe it's just because I didn't necessarily thought Tom was like the best love interest. Yeah, I don't. It just felt weird. And then he called her baby at the end, and that felt weird.
What did he do outside of like comics? Like how was
he worked in like graphic design or marketing for a little bit, like she did.
I mean, but like for her in their relationship, like.
And she wanted like the whole thing also that got mentioned is that she wanted a baby, and he gave her a dog. I'm like, yes, pets are great. Like, I just felt that was like, I don't know. This is such a man response, like such a mannish response.
Okay, so that kind of pivots to this part. During like one of the last like sex scenes with Tom, I think, or somebody, I don't know. They didn't have condoms, and I hated that she goes, "I'm not ovulating right now." I'm like, I get why she said it.
I remember that. I'm like, why is it that like I don't know.
Wait, okay, so like we didn't talk about the fact that like she meets Russ at this concert. Okay, cool. She's there by herself. They kind of reconnect. But then like she goes through all of her memories about how she met Russ and she really liked him and she was talking to him, went to the bathroom, and then the next thing she knows, Russ is like making out with her best friend.
Right.
And then her best
friend.
What
a shitty best friend.
So like the fact that years later, I mean, I get that they're not together, but you know what was a red flag for me? The fact that Russ was married and then wasn't married anymore. I don't know. Anytime a guy's like, yeah, I'm separated or divorced, I'm like, what did you do? And maybe that's like shitty, but like I always feel like it's the guy's fault, probably.
Did we get a background on his why he wasn't with his wife anymore?
I don't think so.
I don't remember.
Was it a wife or was it just like a baby mama?
Oh,
he was a wife.
I thought it was a wife.
Okay,
but I thought they did have a kid.
They did. Yeah.
Here's my other thing though, with kind of on that same vein, is we just kind of got thrust into like memories and like background, like when her and Tom met and everything. I would have liked some like separation, like maybe a throwback chapter, not just like in the middle of a chapter, like let's reminisce.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I was like, I feel like I'm getting like info dumping here.
Mm-hmm.
Like the memory. I don't know. I get.
I also don't think like I didn't really get a sense of Tom fetishizing her the way that I felt like Russ was fetishizing her. And then for like him to be all about it and then say whatever he said to her that she was like, no. Like the way she was just like so able to turn off everything because of what he said, like she was just completely unforgiving. I mean, like what he said was pretty shitty. I don't remember what it was exactly, but
was it him who said the comment about like her sister?
Maybe it might have been
because it was either him or Tom, and I now that you're talking about it, I think it was Rose.
Because I think he was drinking and they got into a little tiff. I don't remember what about, but that was like something he said, and she just basically looked at him and she was like, please leave. And then she didn't want to talk to him again after that. because like the entire time he was like, oh, I love your body, I love the way it is, I've thought about this so often, like blah 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 blah, and then he threw that at her, and it's like, okay, so that's always going to be in the back of your mind. Like,
I think this book was just messy.
It was messy, and not in a good way. Like,
Kat, do you think you're going to lower your rating?
Probably. I don't think, because 3 stars are usually books that I think it's okay. I feel like this book is less than okay in my head. So I don't know.
I feel like I definitely am okay with my 3-star rating, and I'm glad I didn't go 3.5 instead.
Yeah, I was also torn whether it was going to be like a 3 or a 3.5. I was like, it's definitely not a 4.
Are you going to rate it now?
Yeah, I'll probably, and review it. I have to review it. I figured I'd wait till like I talk to other people, because like sometimes I read stuff and I'm like, is it just me? Like, that's why I kept telling you guys, like, I don't know. This is really weird.
I love your on Goodreads. You're like, I don't know how I feel about this, or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. Will I be excited for another Rainbow Rowell book? I don't know, because I love Fangirl, but I just, between this book and also Eleanor and Park, I did not like that book. It's just between the 3 books, 2 of them were duds for me. So I
think Fangirl is just top tier. Like nothing can beat that. I would have also liked, you know how in Fangirl the chapters are spliced up with the fan fiction in between. I would have wanted to see like some of the Thursday comic.
Yes, I think that would have been a good idea.
Yes, maybe it would have added something to it. Maybe we'd finally get it.
Yeah. I like a small excerpt of the comic.
Yes,
That would. But I don't know. I guess I was expecting something different from this book, not confusion.
Yeah. So is there anything else we want to talk about with Cherry Baby?
Let me see if there's any good highlights.
I know you were excited about this talk, sir.
Okay. She came to her senses earlier than most women. The evidence around her was stark, and Cherry wasn't prone to magical thinking. There was no after, no switch, no amount of hard work or self-control or even self-abuse that would change her. This was her true form. This was the body that would carry her through the world. This was her only vehicle for pleasure.
See, I have no issues with that particular paragraph and the one that you read before, but then there are sometimes other paragraphs that come into play that I feel like completely negated that. And again, it's like you guys said, what is this book trying to tell me? Are we for the body positivity? Are we not? I just don't know.
But in regards to like what I was saying about like them being married and like the sense of safety, this quote says, Cherry had trusted Tom. She'd taken him for granted. She thought that she was supposed to. She believed they were a settled question. And like, I don't know. I thought that was a cool way to say that. I get it. And then Stevie looked up into Cherry's eyes, as intent and person-like as ever, like someone in a fairy tale trapped in an animal's body. And again, I thought the dog was my favorite character.
I'm going to change my review to that. 2 stars. My favorite character was the dog. I mean, I get it, because books are not supposed to be like perfect, and you know, if the people are not perfect, I don't know. This book was just all over the place as far as what it was trying to say.
I hear that.
That's probably all I got. Chloe, you gonna keep the book?
Yeah, just because I have all of her other. I think the only one I don't
I
have.
had the book on my Amazon wish list and I deleted it. It's like, I do not want this book anymore.
I mean, I didn't pay money for it, so I guess it can stay. Okay, so I guess we can go into final thoughts. Sorry, I just forgot the format of our book club. We can go into final thoughts. 3 stars. It was messy. The dog was the best character.
Yeah. I'm gonna lower my rating. It's probably gonna be like 2.5. I don't know. But this book I felt like it didn't know what it was trying to say. I'm sure in Adult Rainbow's head it made sense, but to me it just felt like what the overall message of the book kind of got convoluted and lost in the story. So I just, again, as we've been mentioning, the dog was the best character. It just, everyone else was just plain messy, and yeah.
So I'm gonna give it 3 stars, and I guess I'll finally review it.
How long ago did you read this?
Months ago. Before, when did I give you the book? Didn't I give it to you at like BookNet Fest?
Like, oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Is it a advanced reader's copy?
Finished copy.
That's a finished copy, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It came out in like April, I think. We'll just say you gave it to me sometime between April and now.
Mm-hmm. So I read it a while ago, and I was just like, there were other people that I was like, is anybody gonna read this? Because I need to talk to somebody about this.
Okay, so let me pull up my calendar for next month. In August, we are going to be reading Red Card by Maren Moore. I don't know why I thought this was a baseball book. It's a rugby book. So we're going to be reading this for the month of August. Our live show is tentatively scheduled for August 30th at 7 Eastern. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at BookTubeChicks for all information related to the book club. So this will be for August. Our Pages and Pals live show, which is on Kat's channel, is going to be this coming Friday, July 31st at 8 p.m. Eastern. That is just some productivity or silent reading time. We just like to bring whatever we're currently reading and read together for an hour or so. And then in a couple of weeks, Desiree and I are going to be doing the quarterly romance book club for quarter 3. We did a Christmas in July theme, and we are going to be discussing A Merry Little Meet Cute by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. We pushed our live just a little bit. It's going to be on Sunday, August 9th at 6 p.m. Eastern, and that is on Desiree's channel. But also follow us at BookTube Chicks for information related to all of this stuff, including Pages and Pals. So thank you all so much for joining us for book club, and we will see you guys next month for Red Card. Bye.